everyone, my name is Kia Ross, and my presentation is on getting Pap smears or Pap tests. If you could prevent yourself or someone you love from enduring the painful suffering of cancer, would you? I was treated for cervical cancer at age 19, and a Pap smear saved my life. I'm a cancer survivor. If you are a woman, there is a chance of being diagnosed with cervical cancer. Even if you are a male, think about someone you love or you care about. Your wife, your mother, your sister, your daughter, any special woman in your life. Cervical cancer can be prevented, and we can do this by getting Pap smears regularly. We will discuss what a Pap smear is, who should get one and when, and ways cervical cancer can be prevented. So what is a Pap test or a Pap smear? A Pap test or Pap smear is a way to examine cells collected from the cervix, right here, or the opening of the wound located at the top of the vagina with an instrument called speculum. This is how they insert it, that's the speculum. A Pap smear can detect the presence of infection, inflammation, abnormal cells, and cancer. In regularly screened populations, the Pap test identifies most abnormal cells before they become cancer. Routine cervical screening has been shown to greatly reduce both the number of new cervical cancers diagnosed each year and deaths from the disease. Let's talk about who should get a Pap smear and when. There are different recommendations made by different medical associations, and a woman should always consult with her doctor about when and how often to get a Pap smear performed. According to the National Cancer Institute, the American Cancer Society, and the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, cervical cancer screening should begin approximately 3 years after a woman begins having sexual intercourse, but no later than 21 years old. Fortunately for me, my stepmother said that I should get one at 18 just because that's what the old regulations were, so I got mine at 18 and then at 19 because it was yearly then, and that's how they found it. Women ages 21 to 29 should be tested every 2 or 3 years, depending on which medical association. Women ages 30 and older should be tested every 3 years and every 5 years, depending on whether it's combined with the HPV test. Every 5 years if you do have the HPV test, which is the human papillomavirus, the virus that causes cervical cancer. If a woman has a total hysterectomy for any reason other than precancerous or cancerous conditions, then they may be able to continue routine Pap smears, but you should consult with your doctor. As long as you are sexually active or have received abnormal Pap tests, testing should continue into older age. You can get HPV infection or cervical cancer even if you are only sexually active with women. Now on to prevention. Cervical cancer is one of the most preventable cancers. The use of the Pap smear has successfully reduced cervical cancer deaths by over 50%. You can avoid being exposed to HPV, human papillomavirus, by not having sex at an early age, having few sexual partners, having a sexual partner that's had few sexual partners, or having sex with a circumcised male. That's where the foreskin is removed from the penis. You do not have to have sex to get HPV. Any skin contact with the person infected can pass the virus. Not smoking reduces the risk of cervical cancer and precancer. Women and men can get vaccinated for the HPV infection through Gardasil since 2006 and the Cervarix vaccine since 2009. You can get the vaccination as early as 9 to 26 years old. Back when I was diagnosed in 2009, these vaccinations were not available. If they had them, I would have gotten them. The best way to prevent cervical cancer is to treat it before females and males start having sex through this vaccine. Both males and females can get this vaccine as early as 9, and as a parent, if you have a child, it's a very great way to prevent it. They are expensive and can cost about $375, but it is worth it. In conclusion, I've talked about what a Pap smear or Pap test is, who should get one and when, and what prevention is for cervical cancer. I hope that you will receive regular Pap smears because it is an important part of a woman's health. A Pap smear could save you or someone you love with new vaccinations. Cervical cancer can be prevented. I hope that it is worth going through the uncomfortable routine of getting regular Pap smears. Thank you.